Hello.
Hello again. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Not bad. It's a beautiful day. And it's a short week.
Yeah, just found that out.
I know Josh just found that out too.
Which is kind of nice.
I knew, I just forgot.
Somehow I missed it the first time, but I'm glad I didn't totally miss it, because working from home, who knows, I could have put a whole day in.
It's Freedom Friday too, just show up at Retro.
Yep.
Where is everybody? We should trick somebody and tell them that there's still work. Let's trick Forrest. They canceled the day off, Forrest.
Are you in Spring 1 all week, Emily?
Yeah. Ben and I are emceeing a breakout track starting tomorrow. So.
Can't believe It's already Spring 1.
Yeah, I don't know where the whole summer went. It seems like it went faster than usual.
Can't believe we were in Austin a year ago. It was crazy. What a different time. Where was it supposed to be this year?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to it off the top of my head.
Oh, it was Seattle, I think.
What if Let's Go Seattle?
I haven't attended one of these virtual conferences yet. I'm not totally sure what to expect.
Come on, Josh.
Preloaded virtual backgrounds now, so nothing can stop me.
Is Steven coming today? Do I know?
He's not coming today.
Is Ben going to be here? If not, we could probably get started in a minute or so.
This is the non-Java, right?
I think this is the everybody, but Ben can't make it today because he's doing a customer meeting.
Cool. Who wants to lead it? Okay. Oh, sorry. Tim, do you want to go?
Sure, I can.
All right.
So let's pull this up. Oh, no. All right, so outstanding RFCs. I will share my screen. Okay, so this first one is actually mine. And basically, this is aimed at just formalizing and surfacing guidelines for contributors so that we can host in a community repo. We just figured, it would make things easier, shorten feedback loops if people knew exactly where and how to get started with contributing. Not a huge change. And I figured it would be appropriate to add that as an RFC. I've included an issue template and a pull request template that are certainly open to review. I try to encompass all the things that folks might care about, at least from my experience. But if anything is missing, certainly add to that. And down here, I had some questions that I wasn't sure about, namely the legal restrictions we're bound by, if any, in terms of like licenses, what happens to the intellectual property of contributors when they contribute to the organization. Do we know what, I guess, we want to put forward where that's concerned?
I know on the
contributor
IP side. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just clarifying. So what put forward in regards to what happens with their IP?
Yeah.
Okay. Kashav, go ahead.
On the IP side, I think Forrest maybe called this out in the original like community charter or something like that. All licensing should be Apache 2 in any of the Paketo stuff, community and official thing. And then IP wise, I think the moment anything gets moved over, the community RFC definitely has this now that I think about it. But IP like just kind of belongs to CFF.
Cool. I'll rework that part then. Speaking of the CFF, do we need to add any new infrastructure around CLAs and so forth, or are we just going to leverage the same infrastructure that already exists? And do we need to keep them on file somewhere? Is that our responsibility? Yeah, I just wasn't sure. I didn't want to put anything forward about that.
I think that that's another one that the CFF is like completely on top of and taking care of. Perhaps a separate thing that we should follow up on is I don't like the current CLA format. I think every one of you here run into these issues, and I want to switch to DCA. So maybe that's a separate thread that we could start with the CFF on that. Okay. Emily, do you know much about this around? I know like the CNB project uses DCA for everything, right? And I just find it's a lot more contributor friendly.
Yeah, because you only need the sign off, right? You don't have to have signed the licensing agreement. I don't know a lot on this topic. I know that we use DCO because the CNCF recommends that for all projects. So we're just following the guidelines there.
Okay, I guess we can look into that as well. And yeah, I noticed that there is a code of conduct that the Buildpacks org uses, that the CNCF endorses supposedly. But I wondered who exactly or how we would enforce that. If we did implement a code of conduct, would we need to assign a specific person, say the steering committee or maintainers of sub-teams, that role, and make it part of the governance charter? Or
What might make sense is just that maintainers handle it per sub-team, like for their contributors, and then beyond that, the steering committee for maintainers. Just like a standard, like just like escalation chain, if it would ever come to that. But
Yeah, let's hope it that we never need.
for sure, yeah, I just wanted to cover the bases. Okay, that sounds reasonable to me. So y'all can check that out if you'd like. I will continue to add to it. Back to, where am I? Cool. And are there any updates on this one?
I don't think so. I think we're just waiting on approval still. Or can you check? Has it been approved? Everyone, we're waiting on. Oh.
Okay.
That was 4. I was gonna know. We haven't taken a look at that yet. Can you please revert the removal of the template? It appears you removed the file rather than copying it. What template is he referring to here?
I'm assuming that it's the RFC template. So instead of copying it and filling it in, sounds like Mark removed it.
Oh. Okay.
See. I might have also done the same thing, so I'll try that as well. And this last one.
I put this up a while ago. Already sort of implemented it in the Java Buildpacks and gotten some good feedback about it. I think we're waiting for Steven to review.
Cool.
Unless, did anyone else have questions about this or comments?
What was the motivation behind this one? Again, is this like the registry location stuff, or?
This is for consumers of the online versions of the Paketo Buildpacks who are still trying to run behind like a firewall where they can't necessarily download all of the dependencies from the Buildpack. So you can explicitly remap a dependency to a different URI. So the way that would work in organizations is someone would like ask an operator who would then go ensure that the dependency that's being installed is approved and downloaded and then upload it somewhere within the whitelist or within the local network. And then you can use this format to tell any Buildpack where to look for a given dependency.
Got it. And you said that all the Java Buildpacks do this right now?
Yeah.
Cool. Maybe after this is approved, we could get issues set up for the other stuff. Try to adhere to this as well.
Yep, sounds good. Cool. I think that's it for our Cs. So the redesigned website demo. As folks probably know, we've been working to freshen up the website, add some more information, update it. And we mentioned last meeting, I think, that we'd do a demo. So I think we just want to do that this week. I don't know, Kashyap, did you want to, or should I?
Up to you. You wanna do it?
I don't have Hugo and stuff set up, but I can real quick. One second. Okay. Alright. So, first off, I guess. So we originally had surfaced the builder information here on the front page, but we just opted against that. So now what we have is we changed some of the copy to, I guess, be more relevant or more informative to newcomers to the site. We also made these clickable. So these take you to the docs directly. I think we're still waiting on the Java docs to complete that link. Right now, it just links to the build pack, but that's an easy fix once that's in. And I think we tried to be more intentional, or I guess we tried to simplify the language and be more intentional so that people, and to be more explicit so that folks know exactly what we're trying to say. And as you can see here, there's a nice little GIF of what it looks like to build and run a build pack or an app with a build pack. There are these fancy new icons that Sam helped us come up with. And we reworked, I think, this bottom area was get started on something else. And now this links directly to the docs. So folks can go straight to where they need to be. We rewrote all of these docs as well, which took a bit of doing, but there should be a lot more informative for folks trying to get started with Buildpacks, including information about the environment variables and so forth. Is there anything I'm missing, Kasha?
Do you mind going to the
No,
stacks
this covers
page
most
as
of
well?
it.
Sure.
Oops.
Right, so we've added little things that should make it more user-friendly, such as this copy clipboard that gives nice feedback to let users know that they've actually copied things, and we link out to the relevant repos where applicable. I think we are still working, there's still a bit to be done. Someone mentioned in the Paketo Slack the community org, and that there wasn't much about it on the current iteration of the website. So I think that, along with a few other changes, still need to be made. We replaced the learn page that was here on the home page. I think that's what now is getting started.
No, the learn page was the FAQ, which we just deleted.
Okay, there we go.
I'm noticing there's no Java docs under Buildpacks there. Is that something that you guys have talked to Ben about in the past, or something which we contributing in the near future?
I talked to him just last week about it. He seemed to like the format of all of this a lot. So he wanted like, I think separate pages for what's it called, the Java native image, and also a separate page for the Java docs. So I think after like perhaps some of the Spring 1 stuff calms down a little bit, Ben or some of the Spring folks might help out with this. And I think there was one other docs change Ben wanted to make, which was to document like the CNB binding or the Kubernetes like service binding spec. I think the Java build packs are the only ones that utilize that. So Ben, I think, just wanted to enhance that what are build packs page effectively. So I think as soon as we get that, we're like, these are all in a branch right now. As soon as we get that, we're probably good to just merge changes in and stuff like that. So probably like, 2 weeks, something like that.
Sounds good, thanks.
Is there anything else that folks who aren't as familiar with this site can see offhand that jumps out that could be corrected or improved?
I've noticed at least like one or two like just small typos or something. It's gonna go through like another copy editing process or something? Is it?
Now that you
It should.
Okay. I didn't know if that was the place. It's the place now to point out tiny details, like because it's just small things. But
Do you actually like file if folks notice stuff like GitHub issues in the website repo? Because that would really help just with like tracking tiny changes like this.
I mean, it's a
Or
good
even
point.
for like
just make
single
it-
word, like single.
Yeah, if it's
like
tiny
right now,
things.
yeah, like transform your application source code to image that can run. So it probably should be images, right? Sorry, that's
Like creating
it's
an
a-
issue for that is no easier than creating a PR for that, right?
Yeah, I don't really
Yeah.
want to create an issue for that. I'm sorry, Keshav.
At that point, just like push up to the redesign branch. We're
Yeah.
all contributors to this thing. I push
Yeah.
up to it every day.
I mean,
I'm gonna do that.
I think the point though that we need like to go through like a serious copy editing thing of this still stands. Like, so we should probably plan for that.
It's
It looks really nice. This is the first time I've seen it. I think it looks great.
Yeah, it's good. It's like
cool. All right, and with that,
And Marty, now that I've seen the stacks page, I'm going to go ahead and accept your story. That's why I wanted to look at it.
Thanks so much.
cool. Next on the list is the Node.js rearchitecture update. So we've, I think, completed the 3 build packs which bookend the respective order groupings in the Node.js build pack or meta build pack. So that's node start, yarn start, and npm start, which each set they set the start command for the build pack based on the flow from the app. 2 of these, yarn start and npm start, utilize Teeny, which allows for better process management and I guess more importantly, graceful shutdown of the app in a K8s context or in a Dockerized context. Yeah, I think that's it for that. I guess one thing to call out is that there's still a couple things left to do with the Node.js rearchitecture. But most of that I think is subtractive in terms of removing functionality that is now duplicated across some of the build packs.
Yeah, we're working on that right now. Just making yarn install do less, basically.
Yeah.
I think.
And then this last one, versioning builder.toml. Someone wanna?
Yeah. So we don't have we're transferring ownership of the builders from the core devs team to the feature eng team, and as part of that, we are going to start checking in a builder.toml file and tagging the repo for that file. So yeah, we were kind of just like talking about it. It's not, I mean, that's the main thing there. You can look at the issue for like a little bit more detail, but and another thing we're going to do is we're also going to split out each builder into its own repo so we can version them independently. So there'll be a builder full, a builder whatever, like media, but a builder small, whatever they're called. Yeah, just be on the lookout for that. But the final result will be the same, which is just they'll be in the same place in GCR and Docker Hub. So
That's super cool. I feel like it's made development hard in the past, not being able to easily recreate that without the pipeline. So I think they'll be really great, both for us and for consumers who are trying to figure out how the builder came into being or play with it.
cool. That's good to hear that it'll be useful. So because we kind of just thought that, but I didn't have much proof that it would actually be useful. But it's good to hear that they will. So
Cool. Is there anything else anyone wanted to call out?
On this, what do you guys are you going to move away from GitHub Actions from this then?
for the builder,
Yeah.
we're going to use GitHub Actions for at least most of it. We still haven't decided the best way to pull for updating components. So we decided to leave that up to whoever does the story because it's interchangeable, right? So whatever, as long as something sends a dispatch event to the GitHub Actions to create a pull request, whenever something gets updated, then it can be kind of whatever. So we're going to experiment. So we're still not totally sure what the implementation is going to be, but we're kind of leaving that as an implementation detail for now, if that makes sense.
One thing the Riff team did with their builder repo, and this is a bit indirect, I'm not sure that I'm recommending it as the way to automate this, but just so you know it's an option, is they had basically a Go mod in the repo that had dependencies to all the different build packs.
Yeah.
And then sort of use that, and the fact that you can integrate that with Dependabot, which will then make a PR every time one of those things has a release, and then wrote some slightly hacky scripts that took what was in there and then put it in a builder.toml.
Yeah, I know we talked about that for I'd like to do like a different thing kind of like that, but seems a little bit hacky in my opinion.
I think it's a little bit hacky too, but if you're looking for a way to do it, just wanted to put that out there as some prior art.
Yeah. Another option we have is like we do this for Tanzu, is we just have a concourse pipeline that just sends dispatches. That's it. So it just watches and sends dispatches. So that's nothing we do. We're also thinking about implementing a cron job on GitHub Actions that'll just like every minute or so or something, we'll try to do something to figure out if there's new updates. But unfortunately, it's going to, no matter what, it's going to be a little bit hacky, I think so. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. So.
If there's nothing else, I guess we can call it there. All right. Thank you all for coming. See you next time.
See ya.
Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.